Man, I wish we could hear our intro song real quick. That'd be so nice.
Let's start it. Welcome back to the Outdoor Talk Podcast. Let's play it. Welcome back to the Outdoor Talk Podcast. We are live in the upstairs,
action.
ready for the podcast.
Yes, sir. Man, hey, I know you got something in the mail a couple weeks ago.
I did. I got my saddle in.
So you got your saddle.
A tree saddle.
Tell the people out there what a saddle stand is, though.
Okay, what a saddle stand is essentially is a harness that you put on your waist, and you hang from a tree. So it's pretty much like a rock climbing harness. That's where they got the saddle pretty much from the rock climbing industry. So you put this harness around your waist, you climb up the tree, whatever method you want to climb. If you want to climb steps, sticks, pegs, whatever, and then you tie on a tether rope, which connects you to the tree, and you literally just hang. And you can like stand vertically. You can sit down on the harness, put all the weight into it, and like lean your knees against the tree. But it allows you to hunt 360 degrees around a tree.
That's crazy.
Super, super lightweight. Great for public land hunters.
Yep.
You can walk in with the harness on or leave it in your backpack, and when you get to the tree, put it on. Super lightweight. Climb up the tree, whatever method you want to climb it. If you want to climb the limbs, if you just want to walk up to a tree and just start climbing limbs like a little monkey, you could.
Dude.
It'd be great.
That's crazy.
I know. So it's a super versatile tool. Like I said, it's a harness. You put it on. That's pretty much what a saddle is. I
did see an advertisement, though, for an accessory for all the saddle stand hunters out there. And what it does, it actually goes around your back.
Yep.
It looks like a seatbelt. It's thick, it's wide, it's cushioned. But what it does, it's a little strap.
Yep.
Okay,
I know exactly what you're talking
six
about.
inches wide, maybe.
Yeah.
And you put it on the back area, and you secure it to your actual harness in front of you from the tree. So what it does, it just allows you for more back support.
Back support. It's exactly what it is.
It's kind of like you're sitting but standing at the same time. But it's kind of hard to explain. But
Yep.
it was a cool little video, and I was going to send it to you. Actually, I don't know if I did or not.
No, you didn't send it to me, but I've seen them before. And
It's neat.
it's just a back support. So like when you're sitting there in your saddle and you want a little bit more comfort. And you
exactly.
you could put that back band on, and it just kind of, I don't know, your back fatigue or whatever it does. See, there's also different saddles out there now that are 2-panel, and that second panel expands up, so you get that back support built in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit more for price range, or
About the same price,
Okay.
just depending on what kind of saddle you want. You can
Right.
get the single panels or
Yeah.
the dual panels.
I think the back accessory ran like $30. It's like
Yeah.
$29.99. It wasn't too expensive, but it's like, hey, let's throw that in the cart too, so we have everything.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. And you could build your own if you wanted to.
Yeah.
But
Knowing you, yeah.
DIY. Yes, sir.
Nothing 550 paracord cannot do.
I know you could do whatever. Just get you some seatbelt material or something. I've seen people take like an old duffel bag strap and make their own back band with it.
Seatbelt material is I would recommend.
Well, the thing about a back band, you're not putting all your weight into it. The saddle's holding your weight. The back band's just holding the pressure. And a duffel bag, think about it. You put 50 pounds on a duffel bag.
That is true. No,
you're not putting
that's a good
50
point.
pounds on a back band. You're just using it for the back support. Just kind of, I don't know, make your back feel a little better.
That's crazy. That is wild.
I know. If you think about it, the saddle, most of your weight is in the saddle. So like whatever you're standing on doesn't have, it has weight, yes, but it's not, I would say 50%, maybe a little more than 50% on the platform you're standing on. And you could be standing on a branch, you could stand on your platform, your steps.
Do you
whatever.
run a platform though?
I do.
You do.
But the other night I went hunting. And you want to talk about this now?
Yeah, go for it.
Little
This is
first
pretty appealing.
experience in the saddle. So what I did, we'll start from the beginning. I got my saddle in the mail, all this good stuff, tried it on. I love it so far. So the other day, I've been getting a bunch of hogs on camera coming out, like at 8:50. I went out there and got in stand about 7:30, 7:45, something like that. And I was going to go sit at a feeder that I knew the hogs were coming in, like I said.
Right.
But I didn't know if there's a tree close by, like a good spot that I can get in. Well, I walked over there and there's a tree, and I was like, I got a hole, a shooting lane out of this tree, maybe about 2 foot by 2 foot, little bitty
square.
But I was like, I'm gonna go get up in that tree and just try it out.
Oh yeah.
So I got up there and I one sticked up a tree, and one sticking, you take just one stick with you, and you climb up a little ways, tie your tether on, and then you hang from your tether rope, which connects you to the tree, and you hang down and you reach down and grab your step, and then you move it up a little higher. And if you want, we'll put a link in the description of a video that I watched that's really good of information on how to one stick. We can put that in the description. But so what I did, I one sticked up the tree, and I got about 20 foot. It took me 4 moves, which is super fast.
Right.
You think one sticking would take you forever, and it's not. It's really hard to do.
Right.
But it's effortless.
Okay.
Because it's super effortless. And I guarantee you it took me just as long or one sticking up a tree than it would taking 4 sticks and replacing it on the tree. Just as fast.
Explain to all the viewers, listeners out there, what one stick is. Like what you classify one stick.
Just one. Say I got a lone wolf, a lone wolf stick. You know, like they're like 34 inches or whatever, and they come in a 4-pack.
Yeah.
Well, I took one of those and I cut 6 inches off of it, so I only have 2 steps on it.
Okay.
And I kind of modified it, and so a lot of people modify them. You can buy them already, but I already had the lone wolf, so I modified myself.
Okay.
And I put 2 steps on it and an aider. And what an aider is an extra rope that hangs down that makes an extra step.
Oh,
so essentially I have 3 steps. 2 of them are fixed, and one of them's like a rope.
Oh, cool.
So I can get up about 6 foot off one stick.
Dang.
So I just moved up 3 times, 4 times, whatever, and I got about 20 foot. I didn't go a full stick.
So
sometimes,
as you gradually go up, you're securing yourself onto the tree.
Yep.
With the actual
rope.
The rope
and the harness, yes.
And then you bring up your stick.
Yeah, I reach down, grab my stick, unhook it, pull it up about a little higher than face height.
Okay.
And then I tie it back on. Step.
Perfect.
Step into the step, and while I'm climbing up the step that I just moved, I'm sliding my rope up as I go. Mm-hmm. So I'm always attached to the tree. There's no way to fall.
There you go.
If you did fall, your rope's going to catch you.
Right.
Super safe. And you feel connected to the tree. The whole time you're connected, which is really nice.
So you don't get that antsy feeling like you're
Not
about to fall, or if you do fall, like, hey, what am I going to grab onto?
Yeah.
Because you're secured.
You're secured.
Perfect.
Yeah. So I one sticked up the tree, got up about 20 foot, and I had this little 2x2 hole. I mean, it's good enough I can see the feeder.
Right.
It's good. I mean, if I go back to the same spot, I'm probably going to trim some branches ahead of time. But I didn't go in with the spot that I knew I could hunt out of. I just literally saw this tree, and I was like, I think I can get right there. I got a little small shooting lane. Yeah. I'm going to do it. Dude, I got up in that tree 20 foot up, and I was getting set up, and there was deer underneath me.
I know. I saw the photo of that. You had them on your camera.
Yeah. They were literally right underneath me. I'm looking straight down on top of them, and they don't know I'm there. And I was making a bunch of noise, but I was perfectly downwind. I walked downwind and got up. And when I was sitting there, got everything situated, my bow up there, my backpack, my camera arm, and I brought it all. I brought the camera arm, everything. So I got up there and hunted, and I waited. I think it got dark at like 8 o'clock, and the hogs were coming out about 8:50, 9 o'clock. So I was waiting. It's dark. I'm just sitting there. I'm watching the deer. Then it got dark, and sure enough, 8:50, 9 o'clock rolls around. I heard some grunting.
Yes,
and them hogs come running into that feeder, and they're just wearing out that corn. And here in Texas, we can hunt hogs with a flashlight. So I turned my flashlight on. I didn't get the shot just because the situation, I had that little hole.
Right.
And when my flashlight lit up that hole, it lit up all the trees in front of it, and it made the hole dark.
I got you.
So I could see with my own eyes, but on the camera just couldn't pick it up. And I ended up shooting a big old hog, really good blood trail, but I couldn't find him. But I successfully one-sticked up a tree, got situated, shot a hog, and I rappelled down.
Yes,
That's
sir.
the key to one-sticking. You don't climb back down. You tie on. I got 40 foot of rappel rope, like a rock climber, or like say like a military special ops guy rappels down from a helicopter or something. Same rope. I just tied it onto the tree.
Yeah.
And there's a few bells and whistles you got to add to that.
Okay.
But pretty much what you're doing, you're just tying on and rappelling down.
Using your feet against the tree, pushing yourself
you just
down.
like
That's
horizontal.
Awesome.
You just bounce yourself, and you can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. Super safe.
Did you leave the rope up there though?
No.
For next time? Or
I did not.
How do you get it down?
See, that's the little bells and whistles you got to add.
Okay.
So I have some 550 paracord.
Okay.
And I've got about, 20, 30 foot of it. And I use that to pull my bow up. And that same rope, you attach. Okay, so you have it's called a girth hitch. It's a rope. So you have like a lasso, you got a loop.
Yeah.
A hole, and then you run your rope through it, so it secures it to the tree.
Right.
I don't really know how to do it. I'm like making all these hand motions
No,
right
that
now.
makes sense.
But so you do that, and then you take your bow pull-up rope, and after you let your bow down, you hang onto that rope and you clip it onto that knot. So when your rope's attached to that knot, so when you rappel down, All you do is pull your bow pull-up rope, and it pulls that knot down out of the tree, so it undoes the knot.
That's crazy.
And then you just pull all your rope out of the tree, and you wind it up, put it back in your pouches how it came. That's a key. That's another key. You put your ropes back in your pouches the way you took them out, so for the next time, everything's ready to go.
Super simple.
Super simple, bulletproof situation.
Man, you make it sound super simple. I bet.
I want to get you in this sucker, and I guarantee you're going to be like, holy cow.
But keep in mind, though, you did take time.
I did.
As soon as you got it, to come out here to the house,
Yep.
pick you a tree out, and then use it a little bit so you kind of understood it, I guess,
did.
how it operated, how it worked.
Yeah, so I did practice a couple times. I practiced a couple times at the ranch and then here at the house. I even shot my bow out of it just to make sure I was comfortable with it before I went hunting.
And this goes back to what we talked about a couple episodes ago. It's preparation. It's taking the time to get out there, really get familiar with your equipment, because when you get in that situation, when hogs come in or deer come in, it's a game changer when you don't really know what's going on with your equipment that you're using.
100%. Know your equipment ins and outs. That's a good thing about doing your own stuff because you learn your equipment really, really good, you know?
One thing that Nelson pointed out to me about the saddle, the tree stands that they make nowadays is you can actually shoot 360 on the tree.
Yep.
So let's say you're setting up,
All right.
Nelson, and the corn is just due north, okay?
Okay.
And you have something pop out kind of southwest behind you.
Yep.
Tell me what you're doing.
So if I'm facing north, I'm hanging from the tree. When you're saddle hunting, you're facing the tree, okay?
Okay.
So like on a normal tree stand, your back's against the tree.
Right.
So a saddle, when you're hanging there, you have to be facing the tree so you could shoot really, really easy. You want to set up from, let's say, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock is where you want the deer to come. On the 9 o'clock side of the clock.
So you're left or right, pretty much.
Whatever you shoot, left-handed, right-handed,
Okay.
you want to set up on your left or right side.
Your dominant side.
Yeah, well, I'm right-hand dominant.
Well, yeah,
you want to
I know.
shoot your left side.
Yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
non-dominant side, excuse me.
Yeah. So you take a clock, okay, from the 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I'm a right-hand shooter, so I'm going to shoot on my left side, so the 9 o'clock side of the clock.
Right.
So pretty much from 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock on that side, that's where I'm expecting the deer to come from.
Perfect.
But say they come from the southeast, other side,
Right.
what I'm doing, it's hard to explain if you're not in the tree, but you can literally just turn around and shoot
Perfect.
in the saddle.
I'm just trying to get the viewer, like
Yeah.
the listeners out there, just to kind of understand how it works and the fact that you are able to shoot 360.
Yeah.
You just rotate around the tree.
rotate around.
But you have
you're
to be kind of
attached.
cautious, though.
Yeah, you gotta be cautious so you're not moving around, like so the deer don't see you and stuff.
Right.
But so you're attached to the tree the whole time, and you just use your weight against that rope, and you just pivot, and
That is so crazy.
And literally, and if you say another thing you can do, the way you come up on your sticks,
Yeah.
you don't put your platform exactly where your sticks were. So you put your sticks on, let's say, the 9 o'clock side, and
Right.
your platform's on the 6 o'clock side. Well, you can, if you have them level, you can step onto your sticks for an extra platform, so you can use those sticks to pivot all the way around and shoot
I like it.
360.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Dude.
I always thought saddle hunting was just like the trend, and everybody's getting on it because it's like the next big thing. And it's not. It's been around forever.
I didn't know that.
They just kind of
They just started
revamped
booming.
It.
Yeah, they
did.
started booming. I saw one dude I follow on Instagram on my hunting page. Some dude, Sitka, he wears everything Sitka, always decked out. And the dude, he's a freelance photographer, I guess,
Yeah.
for the outdoor world.
Okay.
And that Joker was in one, I think, 2 seasons ago, and I was like, "What is this guy sitting in?" You know, it looked like he was
Yeah.
just dangling from a tree, right?
Uh-huh.
But what's so crazy is he was on this just little bitty tree, about 20 foot tall. That's it.
Yep.
But he has 360 shooting range.
I know.
Ability to shoot deer, come in behind him.
Yep.
Wherever.
Wherever they're coming
And I think
in.
that's so cool.
I know.
But also too, like you're saying, well, you can tell the people, the listeners out there, break it down for them. The actual saddle stand itself, all the other features that it has, and it presents yourself when you're out there hunting.
Yeah. Well, it's super lightweight. You're not, if you want to bounce around,
Yeah.
say you got a spot picked out and you're hunting it and you're in your saddle. Well, the deer, they're not coming to that spot like exactly, and they might be coming just out of range.
Right.
You can crawl down super easy. Everything's on your saddle's your stand pretty much. Mm-hmm. And you have a one stick situation like me, like I've been doing. You could rappel down, move 60 yards, and be up in a tree in, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes.
That's crazy. It's a game changer.
And you're not making all the noise with the big metal stands, like dropping it down and then bouncing over there.
Yeah.
And some people, they still like those stands, and there's nothing wrong with them. I still hunt at them too.
Yeah.
And they're really efficient with them, like moving them. But the saddle's just so much lighter.
It's time efficient. It's just a
Yeah.
game changer, overall game changer. So,
Yeah. And it's not just for public land. I hunt mostly private. I hunt pretty much all private. And it's a game changer. I could bounce around tree to tree.
There it is.
I can get into the spots. There's trees that I couldn't put a lock on
Right.
just because of the way it's leaning and it's not comfortable. But a saddle, like you can be in any shaped tree. You can be in a tree the size of, I don't know, a Yeti cup or bigger as round. You can put your stick around.
but see,
anything.
that right there, you made such a valid point. Just with the saddle stand, it
Yeah.
makes me want to go buy one. Just because, dude, you don't understand how difficult it is to pick a tree. Yeah, deer are in the area.
Yeah.
But go pick a straight tree.
I know.
Pick
And
one
you
that's
didn't know.
30, 40 foot tall where you can get 20-foot mark. Personally, I like to be 20 foot up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm 6'4", so when I'm up there, it's 26 feet and
Yeah.
4 inches. So I mean, I'm tasting the wind up there if you're catching my
know.
drift. But I want to be elevated enough to where those deer, once they come in, they can't see me out of the peripheral.
Yeah.
They look straight. They ain't seeing me when they're close. Now, you can't keep a deer from seeing you 200 yards out and you're 20 foot up in the stand. If you're making a lot of movement, they're going to see you.
Well, another benefit of being just higher, your wind will carry farther unless there's no wind at all, and
Right.
your scent might drop.
Yeah.
But you could potentially your scent could just drift over the top of them, and you might get away with a little bit more like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I like to be as high as possible.
Right.
I mean, it's just
an overall game changer.
yeah.
Though.
But sometimes being too high up, your shot angles are just smaller. So on a deer's vitals, you shoot on the top of them.
Yeah.
Because so when you're higher up, the vitals get smaller, just because you're looking down on top of them. Instead of being horizontal, you have that whole body cavity.
That is true.
So that's another
But
thing to think about. But
Also,
you don't
too,
have-
you can push that corn or the feeder out another 5 yards, so you do get more of a leveled off shot.
or that trail that they're coming in on, whatever. But see, the thing about a saddle, you can get up as high as you want,
That's so crazy.
as low as you want, whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, not as low as you want because you can't be underneath the ground.
Imagine that.
You can go down a creek channel though, like you could rappel off a creek bank or something.
Dude, that's crazy.
I don't know. There's all kinds of different things you can do about it.
There's no telling what kind of videos we're going to get this season of you and your saddle stand.
I know.
But one good thing about it, or I guess one thought that I thought of, dude, there all these guys on YouTube, they talk about, hey, don't touch your prime rut spot until it's rut, until you want to go shoot that big deer, until he's coming into the camera.
Yeah.
There's always that one spot you want to it's that safety spot that, hey, that spot's going to produce a good deer this season. I'm going to wait and hold off.
Yeah.
Dude, what's so good about this, you don't have to go in August or let's say January, July to put up this stand for this awesome spot. Dude, you could wait till prime time, get in there with the saddle stand, not make a lot of noise, not produce a lot of sweat to leave your scent around, and get in there and shoot that big deer.
I know. You just walk in that one day, say you saw that deer from a distance coming out the same spot over and over.
There it is.
You sneak in there, put that saddle up, or you
Yes,
don't really
sir.
put it up. You just climb up the tree or whatever you're doing and slock him.
Dude, and it's crazy because deer around these parts, they don't really pattern as well as some deer up north do, but still you kind of got a general idea of, because you hunt the same stand over and over again, periodically throughout a season. So let's say you hunted 5 seasons, you have an idea where the deer are going to come from.
Oh, yeah. And
Now, you always got that random deer that just walks in from nowhere and you didn't even hear him, you didn't see him, and you just your heart instantly starts racing because of how big he is. But keep in mind, you have an idea where the deer are going to be, and the saddle stand is just another beneficial thing that you can add to your arsenal this season.
Yeah.
Get out there and getting a stand or getting a tree, that might not be suitable for a lock on.
Well, another thing good about a saddle, it's literally the only stand you buy. You don't have to buy a bunch of stands to put up everywhere. You could put up sticks, like a set location of your sticks where you're climbing.
Yeah.
But you have your saddle, and it's one stand. You purchase it one time, and essentially, if you take care of it and you just check your ropes, make sure everything's still good,
Easy.
it's going to last forever.
Perfect.
As long as as long as you take care of it, it's going to
Exactly.
last. And they're super safe, like I said. And
What's the price point, though? What are we looking at for a saddle
Okay,
stand on market, online, or whatnot?
So I found one the other day. It was about $179 or $175, something like that.
Okay.
And it was a single panel saddle, and it was made in a smaller company, so they could produce it a little cheaper. and I can't remember the name of it right now, but it was a sweet saddle. But the one I purchased was about $240, something like that. 240.
All right, just stop right there real quick. So $250, and you have the opportunity to literally hunt anywhere you want to on your land.
Yeah, and a lock-on, a good quality lock-on is about $250.
And you're literally keeping it there the entire season because it's such a hassle to put it up. You probably need a third party, a second party to come help you.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if it's a ladder stand, especially a buddy stand, have you seen the big game buddy stands?
Yeah, those suckers are...
That's at least need one extra person to help you out.
Yeah, exactly.
Saddle stand, it's you.
Yeah. So you can spend what you want on them.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it. So I would say about $175 to $250, maybe $300, depending on the brand. But that came with the ropes. That came with your tether. That's what you hang from.
Perfect.
And then it also came with the lineman's belt, which keeps you attached to the tree the whole way you climb up.
Highly recommended putting up any stand.
Definitely. Alignment, it keeps you hands free, so you're attached to the tree the whole time, and you can use your hands instead of
fully secured.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, I haven't really fell with my lineman's rope yet, but I did actually. So this past season was the first time I used my lineman's rope, to put up a new stand.
Yeah,
and it was sketchy. But let me tell you, the lineman's rope, it just gives you that little bit of safety in the back of your mind. Hey, if I do fall, if I do slip, something happens, I'm going to get caught. Now, I'm about to bang my head up on the bottom of the tree.
Yeah. Well, it's going to save your life more than likely. It's not. You might get a couple bruises, scratches, whatever, but it's going to save you from falling 20 foot up. And like you said, we like to get as high as we can.
Right.
So you need that stuff, and if you saddle hunt, use your lineman's belt.
Yeah.
I can't stress it enough. I mean, don't take it from us. Do your own research. We're just telling you how we do it. But
couldn't have said it any better.
I know.
I mean, and we're not telling you all these, hey, what if this goes wrong, to worry you or make you get concerned about. Yeah, exactly. And what we're trying to do is at least discuss some of these things so you have an idea. Hey, if something does go wrong, hey, I've got my lineman's belt on. I get to go home to my family at the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
It's not to scare you or make you worry, but just be cautious. Make sure you wear your lineman's belt. Make sure you get out there and don't pick a bad tree. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, always look up. Make sure there's no dead branches above you.
One thing that always irritates me, and I run into it every single year. So if any of the listeners out there, if they have any solution to this, I'm interested. I want to know.
All right.
I have issues with wasp, red wasp, just wasp, and they freak me out because they'll come in out of nowhere, and sometimes you can see them from a good distance off, like 20 yards for real, just because you're so elevated up. You can just see it through all the skylines and the trees, and they come in. You can
hear them.
And they freak me out, though, because let's say I didn't see one, and one comes up on me and just buzzing around my head, and I'm over here like, I'll take my hat off, man. I don't care if deer in there. I'll swoop at that.
Yeah.
Get it away from me, and then get back to hunting. But, man, I hate wasps. So if any of you have a solution, or if Nelson, if you have a solution to it, let's hear it.
Well, for a tree stand, I don't have a solution for you. Wasp, I mean, it's just one of those things that they I don't know. But
and I don't know if they're attracted to dead trees or not.
Well, a wasp, they like eat the wood and they make their nest with it, or they like chew on the wood. I don't know how that works, but they make their little paper nest out of wood. So that's how they get them.
I actually did know that, but that's I feel like I should have known that, but I have.
Well, I mean, it's something. I mean, nobody really just studies a wasp, but I mean, this is how it works. But hey, here's a cool thing.
Yeah.
You have a box stand.
Okay.
What you can do, you take a brown, and we did this on all our stands last year. You take a brown sack, just a plain lunch brown sack, and you stuff it full of whatever. Just blow it up, big round, okay? And you hang it from the inside of your box stand.
Yeah.
And it looks like a hornet's nest, okay? Red wasp do not like hornets.
There's our solution right there.
They do not like hornets, okay? So they will not build their nest in that stand. And they think it's a hornet's nest. I don't know what it is. I don't know why they don't like them. I don't know if they eat each other or what.
Yeah.
Or they competition or something. But red wasp or hornets, nothing will go to that stand because that big thing looks like a hornet nest.
But does it attract hornets?
No. It doesn't attract, I guess they're territorial or something. I don't know.
Because the last thing I want to do is go put a paper sack up in my tree stand, right? And I get up there and then I have a stinking hornet's nest built next to it. Yeah. That's even worse than a wasp.
I don't know why it is. I don't know.
I'll try it.
My dad and my uncle and all them, I don't know how they learned this, but they've been doing it, and it's like crazy. And I was like, what is that? It's like a wasp. They call it the waspinator or the I think they call it the waspinator,
Take a
something like
Sharpie,
that.
Sharpie waspinator.
Oh, they did. They wrote on the side
yes,
of it,
sir.
and I was like, "What is that?" And they're like, "Oh, it's just a brown sack." I was like, "Well, what's in it?" It's like, "I don't know, just some trash we found. We just shoved it in there and made it blow it up." And Dad was like, "Yeah, it looks like a hornet nest, and wasps don't like hornets." So,
hey, honestly, any of you out there listening to this, try it out this season. Go put it in your hang-on stands.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
Well,
that
the
you'd
only
have to change them out if it gets rained on.
yeah,
because,
if it gets wet, it'll just
evaporate, disintegrate.
disintegrate. I mean, I don't. But
Fall
in a box
apart.
stand, yeah, we always get wasp in our box stands, or somebody might leave the window open, just cracked, and those little suckers can find their ways in there.
Exactly.
I've even had buzzards in there, and they like make a
they're
nest in there,
nasty.
and they stink.
Ooh, they stink.
I found one time somebody left a window open or something, or maybe the owl, is it an owl or a hawk? I can't remember which one it was because it's like rotted.
Don't like either when I'm hunting in
No.
a tree stand, by the
But
way.
in the box stand, I don't know if the window busted or they flew into the window and it busted and killed it. But some reason there was a dead one. It's either a hawk or an owl in the stand, and it was already like completely rotted. But it was so bad. The waspinator wouldn't have helped that.
Oh man, that's rough. Hey, but it's a good idea and it's worth a shot.
Yeah.
So I'll test it out this season because it's always in October. It's always early season because
Yeah.
I mean when it gets super cold outside, man, those things disappear.
They
you know,
do.
you don't have any problems, any
Well,
issues.
Here, that kind of brought up a little topic for you. I know you wear a safety harness.
Oh, yeah.
Or when you're hunting in the tree stand, always. And so if your wasps are attacking you, and like you got to get out of there, you're like, I don't know, you might be swatting them or something, and you might fall out. Well, thank goodness you got your safety harness on. But if you're in a saddle, you're attached to that sucker, so you're not gonna you might get stung a whole bunch, but you're not
Right.
gonna fall out
Just
and
fall out.
hit to the ground.
Well, that's one thing. So I have a 20-inch, I think it's 20-inch platform, the
Yeah.
width of it, and
Okay.
I think it's like 22 inches long, 20
Yeah.
inches wide. So it's not a super
That's
big
standard
platform,
little- yeah.
but it's good enough to where if something does scare you, you got enough room to kind of adjust.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm sure everybody out there too, when you're 20 foot high, you get a little jittery first couple times every year. You know what I'm saying? When you get up there, you're like, oh man. And if
Yeah.
you go to move left, you'll flinch a little bit.
Yeah.
You're like, because you feel like you're about to fall off, but you know you're good.
See, when you're in that saddle, you don't feel that. Like
a good point.
You're kind of thinking like, what if I fell? Like, what if my ropes broke?
Yeah.
But you got to trust your equipment. But you're like leaning against it, so you feel attached to the tree the whole time. So when you're moving around, you're like, you just feel that pressure.
Yeah.
So you don't get like, oh, what if I just slipped?
But I do, not to cut you off, but I do like that statement that you have to trust your equipment.
Yeah, 100%.
And so when I am wearing my harness, that got preached to me when I was young. When I would just started deer hunting, I'm talking about a ladder stand that was only 8 foot tall. I literally had to wear a harness.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to go out without my harness
That's
on.
super smart. I didn't
And-
do that when I was growing up. I never wore a harness.
Hey, but you're here today. Now
Yeah.
you wear your harness. Well,
Well-
I guess with the saddle stand, you don't have to because you have one built into it.
Yeah, you don't have to wear a harness.
That's another
'cause it's
beneficial factor. Hey, that you saved $120 by purchasing your saddle stand
Yep.
because you ain't got to worry about a harness.
Sure.
But that's one thing that I enjoy putting on as a bow hunter. You're like, man, gotta have my harness.
When you have your harness on,
It's like it's go time, baby.
Dude, I
Put my
know.
harness on. Let's
yeah.
go.
When I put my harness on to go hunt out of a tree stand,
It's a guy thing. It's
yeah,
a man thing.
it is. But it also it gives me that peace of mind. Like I can move around and be
Yeah.
not more careless, but I feel more safe. If I don't have the harness on, I'm constantly thinking about how I'm stepping and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But when I have the harness on, I'm like I can walk around my stand, I can do jumping jacks or
Yeah.
whatever.
Push-ups in the stand.
But
you know,
I feel
whatever.
I feel
No,
safe
I'm
just because I'm attached.
Right. But
So-
like I said, it all goes back to trusting your equipment. So if a wasp does attack, I say attack, not necessarily attack me, but if I have a couple come in and I'm attached to my tree 20 foot up, if I have to, I'll unattach and crawl down.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
See, that's another thing about the harness thing you probably don't do. You're attached when you get up there, but you're not attached when you climb up, unless you use your lineman's belt. Or unless you have, some of those safety harnesses has a rope that you attach to the top, and then it goes all the way to the bottom of the tree, and you have that's called a Prusik knot, and you slide it up while you're climbing.
I've seen those.
See,
I actually don't use one of those either.
See, I started using those.
You used it, I think, 2 seasons ago.
Yeah,
I
you
filmed
hunted with me.
Yeah, I filmed you
So
for
you're-
a hunt, and that was really cool. I'd never seen that before, and that was just a neat
It
experience.
just keeps you attached to the tree in case your steps fell. Say you didn't change out your ratchet strap, or maybe a
Super
rat or a
important.
squirrel.
Super important.
Yes.
Touch on that point real quick.
So
every season, you know what people do.
Yep, I've seen it 100 times on Instagram. You get on there first opening day, or somebody didn't check their stand, and they climb up the ladder or something, and the ratchet strap breaks, or they might. You got to check that stuff, guys. You got to every year. Personally, I like to take my stuff down.
Yeah,
I don't on all my stands because I like to hunt hogs in the off season, but I always check my stands. Usually after the season, I like to loosen my ratchet straps if I'm gonna leave it in the tree, just because that tree's growing. When that tree grows, it could pop your strap. Like it could grow and just pop that strap.
That's a good point.
But you want to check those straps, make sure the squirrels didn't chew it, make sure it's not dry rotted. Replace them. It's probably better to replace them every year.
What squirrels like to do with the straps when they gnaw on them, they actually use them for their nest too.
Yep.
I don't know if you've seen.
I've seen rat nests plenty of times.
What's crazy is though you'll be walking out. Let's say if you hunted a piece of property, because I know not Redbud, but there is a place out there at your Clarksville location or whatnot.
Yeah,
your Red River location.
Yeah.
And you've hunted that for a long time now. It's been in the family for a couple of I say at least a generation, huh? At least 10 years?
It's just not a generation. Well, I mean, I guess you could say not our generation. No, we bought it in 2014.
2014.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean 7 years. Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah,
but still, you've been out there 7 seasons, and let's say you had a deer stand out there for 7 seasons. It's so important to check those ratchet straps because those squirrels, they're like gnawing on them and getting them taken out. No. And if you aren't careful,
Yeah, well, that stuff, the sun, the UV rays deteriorates that kind of material and stuff.
Oh, that's
over time, so it'll dry rot.
Yeah,
and
the weather.
And some of those tree stands, they don't use the highest quality materials on that kind of stuff that doesn't last that long. And if you leave it in the tree, the weather, the elements are just taking a toll on those things. So you got to check the ratchet straps, guys. Check the metal. Some metal, it might have get water in it and it'll expand when it freezes, and it'll take square tubing and make it round. I have a bunch of stands that got water in them and froze, and it just boom. But then once that water thaws out, it's going to rust inside there. And over time, those things, I've had a ladder stand, a cheap ladder stand you can buy at Walmart, Bass Pro, whatever. Not cheap. They're
$50.
Whatever. I've had those things rust out on me, and I've stepped on one of the steps and it just broke because it was rusted out.
It's crazy.
It's thin material. It's like, I don't know, 16 gauge material.
You know, I left for the last 3 seasons. I've had one stand hanging on, and something that I've done to feel a little bit safer about it is just add on ratchet straps each new season.
So how many ratchet straps you got on there?
3. And you know, that stand, it hasn't moved one bit. Yeah. Everything's good about it, but this season I'm probably going to get in there, cut them off.
Is the tree not
ratchet strap?
Is the tree not?
It's actually, it's trying to grow in it.
So you probably won't get that stand off.
Probably not going to. Yeah, it's probably not going anywhere either.
Yeah.
And thankfully, I like finding a tree. Back to the tree situation real quick. When I'm picking a tree, I do like having a overhead limb, either going off left, right, or right in front of me, so I'm able to attach my bow hanger or any. I really like having my bow above.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting down, it's just dangling above me. Now, if a deer walks out and it catches me, unfortunately, I might not get the opportunity right off the bat to try to kill a deer.
Yeah.
But I like having it elevated a little bit higher than me, so when I stand up, I can easily get that bow and easily make the shot. Personally, I like standing up when I'm shooting, so that's another reason why I like having an overhead limb.
Yeah.
So back to the saddle stand, you don't have to really worry about that.
No, your bow
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you depending on where you're at. Most of the time when you saddle hunt, you have it's called a gear strap. So you have a strap that has a whole bunch of different attachment points, and you attach it, I don't know, head height, a little bit higher than your tether, or you can do it however you want it.
Right.
I mean, it's your situation. I do mine right above my tether, and I got this little clip. It's called a hero clip, and it's like a hook, and it's got like a carabiner with a hook on it, and you attach it to that strap, and then you just hang your bow.
Perfect.
Right there in front of you, so it's like easy grab, and then I hang my backpack on this side off of it because it's got attachment points all the way around.
That's
like
so
daisy
cool.
chain rope.
Is it kind of like what for waterfowler hunters when they go out and hunt timber? Is it the same concept with all the hooks coming off of it?
Exact same thing.
Okay, perfect.
A gear hanger. Mine just got loops, and I just put different carabiners on whatever I want to hang on it.
Nice.
They make some that already have the hooks built on it. There's all different kinds.
You could even get a timber strap if you needed to.
Whatever you want to do.
You know, Sitka actually makes. I know you're not too
it's growing on me.
The Sitka gear, but they do make a timber pack that's really, really cool, and it actually clips buckles to the tree, and then you can flip it out.
Yep.
That would be perfect for a saddle stand hunter out there.
Yeah, I've always, in the past, I have a backpack that's got a waist belt, and I've always just clipped that waist belt around the tree.
There it is.
And it hangs perfectly. Sometimes I like to have a branch, and I just hook that backpack on a branch or whatever it is. I mean, sometimes I screw in a peg and just hang my backpack on it. But now I got that gear strap. I just put that gear strap on, hang my bow on the left side, put my backpack on the right side.
And you're ready.
Thing about a saddle, I hang my backpack. It's cool to hang your backpack right in front of you because you can use your knees and lean into that backpack, and it saves your knees from rubbing against that bark.
Ooh.
Because when you're rubbing that bark, it digs in and it just doesn't feel good. And a lot of people in saddle hunt wear knee pads just so it keeps that cushion. But you can hang your backpack right there, and then you get easy access, and then you can use it for a cushion on your knees.
You can even hide in your backpack if worse come to worse. No, I'm just kidding.
Get you a big enough one, like that one right there behind me. It's actually over there, but it's like a backpack. And
I hope all the listeners out there are taking notes because I don't know about you, but you've talked me into personally purchasing a saddle stand.
Before you purchase one, I want you to try mine out.
Okay.
Test it out. I don't know, go climb a tree, go climb another tree, rappel down. You don't have to rappel. You can just do a 4-stick method. You can climb it however you want to climb it, however you're going to do it, but it's whatever. And then just sit there, maybe shoot your bow, and then decide on if you want to do it. Because there's different ones. Like mine's 2-panel.
Right.
And I like the 2-panel because it gives you that back support.
Right.
But there's more adjustments.
But see, what I would personally like to do with mine is so Muzzy makes the 3-pack tree steps.
Muddy.
Yeah, Muddy.
Yeah.
Makes the 3-pack of the tree steps.
Yep.
And I could go pick out 2 trees.
Yep.
I already have one location set up with corn on it, and I put a camera up about 3 months ago. Been watching a little bit, whatnot.
Okay.
It's a great area.
All right.
Great place for deer to move.
Yeah.
Don't have a stand there yet. Get 6, basically a total of 6-pack worth of Muddy steps.
Okay.
Go put it on that tree, and it's ready.
Yeah.
Right then and there for the saddle.
Yep. You just put your sticks. You could put your sticks already in the tree. So like you're saying, you just have a spot already picked out.
You do 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Save the money. Okay.
If you want to save even more money, you buy one set of sticks, and then you just go out a little earlier, and then just put your sticks up as you climb.
Now in the morning time, it's a little different. I like in a morning hunt setup. I like getting out there and getting in my stand and shutting up, be quiet.
No, I understand.
It's so difficult to walk into a timbered area. You have trees everywhere.
Leaves on the ground.
Leaves on the ground. It's so annoying. I'm going to invent something. Hopefully somebody listening seriously will invent this. Like, okay, you know the bunny suits that people like doctors wear?
A bunny suit?
But it's like a white suit. Like we hunt snow geese in, like
yeah.
suit.
Okay, I got you.
They have the white socks that you put on over your tennis shoes.
Oh, they already got them. I know exactly what you're talking about.
But
they're called stockasins, like moccasin, but stockasins.
Invent something that literally goes on the outside of your boot, scent proof, right?
Okay.
Deer can't smell your boot tracks. Hey, because they can. And dude, I've seen mature doe literally
smell where you walked in.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've had them too. I've had them walk, like come up where they might go across my trail and they just stop. Yeah. And I don't know if it's your boot tracks or your scent that's just coming off your body, because with your body, what's really happening is your body is shedding cells, okay?
It's
and your
so crazy,
your cells hit the ground so they can smell that scent. That's what your scent is. It's like shedding cells.
The whitetail hunter that does all the informational videos and preaches over the same thing over and over again, whitetail.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name.
Okay, dude preaches and always talks about scent and how important it is. Be a predator.
Play the wind.
Play the wind. But I didn't understand until this last bow season how important it was to make sure you have good access points to your tree stand locations. And with the saddle, all that does is increases that.
Yeah, what you can do if you're worried about that, you can take a leaf blower or hand rake and rake the leaves away, because the leaves are a spongy material and they actually hold scent more than the dirt. So like dirt,
that's good to know too.
So, and it's also quieter, but you can take a leaf blower off season or a rake and rake a path, your access point, rake your path, blow your path, so you have no leaves on it. Maybe maintain it every now and then.
Yeah.
Because the leaves are falling.
Walking on leaves though and not walking on leaves is incredible.
Night and day.
Yeah.
But your scent doesn't absorb in those leaves like it does the dirt.
And then after a rain, a good fresh rain, that's the best time to hunt.
Washed away.
But you go out there though, and if the leaves just have a little moisture on them, it's so much better walking
I
on
know.
those compared to
the
walking on
dew.
dry, crunchy.
Yep.
It's so annoying to walk in a stand, get to your stand location, 5:30, 6 in the morning, and you're just,
I know.
just crunching all the way there.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm
But
busted.
it's also, I know. But I think it also a big part of it is when you're trying to be quiet and you just hear every noise that it's like heightened. Like it's really not that loud, but to your ears, because you're trying to be quiet, it's even louder. Because like, I don't know, I was in a box stand the other night hunting some hogs. I was sitting in the box stand, and that box stand, it sounds super loud inside of it,
But it's not really on the outside.
No.
Yeah.
but it sounds like you're just like banging on it and just like making all this noise. But when you're outside of it, you can't hear nothing.
That's crazy.
So, but anyways,
That pretty much sums it up, man.
That sums it up.
I'm glad that we were able to discuss the saddle stand for
Yeah.
all the viewers, listeners
dude, I'm
out
pumped
there.
up.
It's going to be a good season.
I know.
Looking forward to it. September's coming up.
Yep.
And we got 8 days until it starts. And we got 3 different types of species we can go kill.
Dove, duck, and goose early season.
Yes, sir.
And some of the people are heading out Colorado, elk hunting, Wyoming, wherever you're going. Mule
Man,
deer.
I've been
early
seeing a lot of pronghorns getting
Pronghorn,
shot.
mule
Man,
deer.
Big ones, too.
I know. Everything's kicking off the 2021 hunting season. Hope everybody has a safe and enjoyable hunting season. Everybody get out there, tag them deer, ducks, whatever it is. Enjoy it. And I'm pumped up. I'm ready. I've been hunting hogs. I got the itch, man.
Yes,
I got
sir.
it.
He's got all these SD cards over here by him right now.
I know.
Hopefully we see a lot of footage this season.
I plan on filming everything, and I got some stuff up my sleeve. No, I got some ideas in my head.
There it is.
Of what I want to do this year. So should be fun. I'm excited.
It's going to be a good one.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all for tuning in and
Check them ratchet straps.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
Peace.